moments of moving from there to here, between the stars and the moonlight's glare, capturing a glimpse of the light so rare, brightly shining, our hearts declare. Radiant hearts, you shine so bright in the diamond moments of love and light, in the warmth of the love we show, the golden glimpse of our diamonds glow, kindness that we find, our hearts desire, the love we share in the radiant fire.
Hello, my beautiful viewers on E360. Welcome to another episode of Soul of a Diamond. I am truly so humble and so privileged to introduce all my Diamond Beauty experts. I've got another lady, she is in the car, and I can see her in the back, but I would have to ask her if she could flip her phone so that it's in landscape before I can bring her in. But while she's doing that, I wanted to say thank you so much for my viewers for being here. And I cannot wait to introduce all my amazing Diamond Beauties. So my beautiful Julie, when you're ready, you can just show me a thumbs up and I will bring you in studio. So my beautiful Val, can I please ask you to introduce yourself and tell us where you're from?
My name is Val Burgess, and I live in Sheridan, Wyoming in the USA.
Thank you so much. And my beautiful Helena, can you introduce yourself and tell us where you're from?
Yes, sure. Thank you. I am Helena Giorgio, the courage coach and expert and co-author, transformational speaker, living in sunny Cyprus at the moment.
Beautiful, beautiful. And you, my beautiful Dina?
I'm Dina Marais. I am a publisher and author and a soul alignment coach, and I live in Cape Town, South Africa.
Wow, thank you. And you, my beautiful Michelle?
My name is Michelle Jones. I live in Ottawa, Kansas, just kind of a couple hours outside of Kansas City, and I am a boundary expander.
I love it. My beautiful viewers on E360, all of these amazing ladies is part of the Diamond Beauties Forever group. I started a group 3 years ago, and I really wanted to have a group where ladies can support each other in good times, and when there is not so good times, to also be able to support everyone. So my beautiful ones, I've got one Mrs. Potts, and I am going to explain it. I am going to bring Julie in. So Julie, I am bringing you in. There you are. Hi. So my beautiful Julie, can you introduce yourself and tell us where you're from?
Yes, indeed. My name is Julie Deanne, and I am in Northern Virginia in the U.S. I am the creator of the My Time Within program. And this is a powerful program for both children and adults to enable them to connect to that core essence of the power within so that they show up in the world from this place of calm connection and they can live better lives and thrive.
Wow. Thank you. And you did stop and you can talk to us a little bit. Can you stay a little bit longer?
I'm just in the car because it's hot outside.
Okay.
I'm not driving.
Okay.
Sorry.
Thank you. So I'm going to first start with Mrs. Potts. So Michelle, you are one of our Mrs. Potts. I quickly want to explain to the viewers what does it mean, and then I will go to each and every one with your beautiful expertise. But before we start with Mrs. Potts, I wanted to ask all of you the same question. What does belonging mean for you personally? And how does belonging fit into the Diamond Beauties Forever group. So Val, if I can start with you, please.
Well, I've been fortunate to belong in the world that I live, my age and all of my friends. And yet I have hundreds and hundreds of people who I have interviewed who were World War II prisoners of war, who have taught me really how to live my life. And that's what I share with other people is resiliency, courage, how to take your adversity and turn it into something positive and you can to move forward on. And the last thing is unconditional forgiveness. Many of these men unconditionally forgave, and they were able to launch their lives in incredible places and really change the world. And I think if any of you had talked to some from your place in the world, you would find the same thing.
Thank you. And belonging for you in our community, Diamond Beauties Forever?
I love the women in here. I knew Sanet from the very beginning, and I unfortunately I don't participate as much as I would like to, but the women that I know and that I listen to, I am so impressed, and the learning is just I tell people, go buy our book because you will learn a lot.
So you, as Val is talking about Soul of a Diamond, a book project that we did. So thank you so much for that, my beautiful Val. So my beautiful Helena, can you tell us what belonging means for you, and also what it means for the group Diamond Beauties Forever?
Sure. Thank you, Sanet. Belonging to me as a survivor of incest and having to work through that long journey is about understanding the need to have unconditional self-love and have a support system around you where you are not judged, where you are unconditionally supported and listened to, and in the most compassionate way. And this, of course, led me to co-authoring a book, Breaking the Silence, The Voice of Survivors, that was published this year in January. And of course, the wonderful interview where I met you, Sanet, which has just changed my life completely, being part of this amazing Diamond Beauties Expert group, Beauties group, and the people I've met, the amazing exposure, the visibility, being an illuminated author, then on the magazine cover. It's just been fantastic meeting all kinds of people, both men and women, and having such wonderful collaborations with them, speaking with them, having only love and support and understanding and acceptance. That's really important when you've been through severe trauma, because it can affect you on various levels, from physical to mental, emotional. It can scar you for life. So with all the work that I've done, it's guided me to be the Braveheart breakthrough expert, the courage coach, of which I'm now coaching and working with women for the past decade, helping them facing their fears and moving through the illusion of fears and challenges into the reality of truth of who they are, so they can shine and share their unique gifts bestowed upon them by the divine.
Beautiful. Thank you, my beautiful Helena. My beautiful Dina, and for you, belonging?
Belonging for me starts with self. As much as we want to belong, and we belong to various groups, family, business, social, friends. But if we don't belong to ourselves, if we don't accept ourselves and love ourselves unconditionally, then it's very, very hard to belong to with your full heart to these groups. Many people who have suffered from trauma, actually, as Helena said, have battled with that, and they tend to more isolate themselves because they feel not worthy, that they damaged, that they shouldn't belong, they can't belong, and that's also one of the universal fears that Greg Braden talks about in his book Divine Matrix, is belonging, of not belonging. And it's a human need. We need to belong. We need to connect with others. That's also one of the biggest things that helps people to recover from addiction, is that they connect. They find connection in people. So, and that is why the Diamond Beauties are so amazing, because there are so many experts. There are so many people just sharing from love what they know. And there's just help everywhere. So you've done a great job there, Sanet, building that beautiful group with everyone.
Thank you.
So
Thank you,
it's an honor to be part of that.
Thank you, my beautiful Dino. And you, a while ago, you did that beautiful, I think you did a 28 days challenge where you brought in soul alignment and also, if I can remember correctly, universal energy. You talked about that. Quantum healing. You were talking about that. That was truly beautiful. So thank you so much for what you are doing. So my beautiful Michelle, can you please tell us what belonging means for you?
Belonging for me is a place where I can be comfortable, to be vulnerable, and to share whatever story is on my heart to share, whether that's a triumphant victory or whether that is crying over a loss, and to be accepted in either position, to be loved, to be supported, to be uplifted, to be encouraged, and you find all of that right here in this community that you've created, and it's beautiful to be a part of.
Wow. Thank you so much, my beautiful Michelle. So, Julie, you are one of our newest Diamond Beauty experts. And the way that you have just come along and you have put down yourself out in the group, you've done quite a lot of posts and you also do amazing videos. I could not just otherwise phone you and have a coffee chat with you and ask if you can be a Diamond Beauty expert. So my beautiful Diamond Beauties, anyone can be a Diamond Beauty expert. And the only thing is you need to put yourself out there, start posting what is good for you, what is moving you. And when there's a lot of reactions from the Diamond ladies, then I will book a coffee chat with you and I will ask you if you would love to be the Diamond Beauty expert. And ladies, may I just ask, when you do give somebody a comment, please write it, but also give them a heart, because Facebook picks up the hearts. The hearts is 1 point. If you just like it, nothing. That person gets nothing for that. And the more hearts that post is getting and comments, the more Facebook will keep it in the newest spot, not dumping or letting it go. So please give us hearts and comments. But that means our beautiful ladies, their expertise, their post, their videos is going to stay a little bit longer in the feed. So just a 2 cents from me, 2 cents from me. So my beautiful Judy, thank you so much and welcome to the Diamond Beauties Expert. Can you please tell us what belonging means for you and then for our group?
And thank you again for having me. This is an honor and a privilege. So as Dina mentioned, belonging is one of our primal needs. You know, it's a human need, and it goes back to the beginning, right? Because if you didn't belong in your tribe, you were kicked out, you might not survive. So it's really a survival instinct. But for me, belonging, you know, it goes deeper. There are several layers, right? Throughout your life, when you're a child, you know, hopefully you grew up in a fairly decent home, but you have your sense of belonging there in the family group, and then that shifts over time. And then there's friends, and then there's the separation from the family and becoming your own person. But it starts within. It starts in the core. And you have to, what I've learned is you have to cultivate your own sense of belonging with yourself. And that means all parts of yourself. right? Like every beautiful lady here has touched on, there's, the trauma from our past. We have to connect with that. We have to face it. We have to deduce the lessons from it and love it and learn to love ourselves and everything that we experienced, and recognize that every experience is shaping us into who we are becoming and allowing us to live and uncover our true diamond potential so that we truly can shine in the world and touch and connect with all those other hearts that are seeking their ways of healing and shining and growing and expanding, because all of life is about expansion. So this sense of belonging is something that we cultivate and we shape over time. And the more that we can go within to our heart center, the center of our soul, and cultivate our own sense of belonging. And for me, that is through meditation, deep breathing, and connecting with nature. And every time you connect to that calm, confident center, the core within, you recognize how connected we are, not only with all parts of ourselves, our higher selves, our inner core, but everything, because everything is energy. So we are all connected. And that's what belonging means to me.
Wow, that is so beautiful. Thank you, my beautiful Julie. I love that. So, my beautiful viewers on E360, I am going to talk quickly to Michelle. Michelle is one of our beautiful Mrs. Spots. And you will ask me, Sanet, what is a Mrs. Spots? So, my beautiful ones, I had a coffee chat, only one today, because I am wrapping up for my I'm leaving in 8 days to go to New Zealand, where my grandchildren is. I didn't hug my grandchildren. I last hugged my grandchildren the 1st of March 2023. So I had my 500, just give me 1 second, my 517 coffee chat in 2 years and 9 months today. 95% of those ladies that have phoned me, thank you, ladies, have told me they are lonely. And not only that, some of them were married, but they could never speak with their troubles to their husbands or their family, because then the whole family will fall apart. And I was keep on asking God, what can I do about loneliness? Because I believe loneliness is going to be a big thing going forward. People need to feel they belong to something. And God gave me a beautiful dream with a LP. Oops, Julie will come back to us now with an LP. And there was 7 Mrs. Spots, you know, from Beauty and the Beast, that old I don't actually, by the teapot, they were pouring out diamonds in the middle of this big LP. And when I look, it sounded to me like Elvis, but I didn't know this song. And I was trying to read what the song is from Elvis, and it's Return to Sender. That morning I woke up and I said I asked my husband, did Elvis ever sing a song called Return to Sender? My husband said, no, he doesn't think so. I said, well, God gave me a dream, but I don't know now. And ladies, Elvis that wrote this song. He written it and he sang it. So Mrs. Potts from Beauty and the Beast came. We started with 3 diamond tea parties a year and 2 months ago. It went down to 3 ladies, to 5 ladies, to 7 ladies. And in August, we started with 15 ladies from New Zealand till Hawaii. There is 3 parties a day, 5 times a week. And let me just bring in Julie. Don't worry, Julie. That's all good. Don't worry. It's all good. It's all part of this. It's all part of this. Don't worry. So I just told Michelle the other day, on Sunday, I dreamt 5 for 5 for 25. And I was wondering, and I was like holding my hands in my sides, and I don't know. The voice said to me 5 for 5 for 25, and then Elvis Presley's song Return to Sender started to play, and I said to God, I said, I could not see him, I could hear him, but I could hear when the chair went, you know, when you move a chair. and to stand up, and then I got a standing ovation. I said to God, oh, I know what you want. You want 5 people for 5 days in 2025, and I got a standing ovation. So, my beautiful ladies, I have to get 10 more ladies to start in January, so that we can have 5 times 5, 25 Mrs. Spots. So, my beautiful Michelle, you have attended a few sessions before I asked you to be a Mrs. Spots, and now you have your own Mrs. Spots. Tell us, what is your experience with Mrs. Spots and being a half an hour host for anyone to come and whatever you discuss. There's no video, but at the end you will ask them to have a photograph so that we can post it in a Diamond Beauties. Please tell us your name and also when are your Diamond Tea Party.
So again, my name is Michelle Jones, and I am the host of the Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Central Time, Mrs. Potts Call, for Campfire Conversations. And in our room, in my room, I have some story cards, some storytelling cards. And I like to pull a card from here. Sometimes I pull cards from here. Sometimes I pull oracle cards. But I just like to pull a card to encourage conversation, to tell stories. And the stories can be, heartbreaking stories, and they can be uplifting stories. Wherever you are, it is a safe space for you to tell your story and to be seen, to be heard, to be validated. It is a safe space for you. And when I first started with the Diamond Beauties, I joined several calls, and I was introduced through Jennifer, who gave me a great piece of advice. She said, when I'm the smartest person in the room, I find a better room. And I'm telling you, the women that you will find in these rooms were so intelligent and so intuitive and so perceptive and so loving and so welcoming, that wherever you are in your journey, there is room. There is a Mrs. Potts room for you, and you can come in and be seen and heard and validated. And I love that Sanet has offered me this opportunity to be of service, to hold space for other women, because when I first came in here, I was going through a lot of grief. I had just let go of my mother, who's still alive, but she and I have a complicated relationship, and I had just let go of that. And so I was really in a bad place. And these calls were very uplifting and a place for me to fall apart and for me to help get all the pieces put back together to remember my strength. And so I love that I've been asked to be of service, to do this for other ladies.
Wow, thank you. Michelle, here is to you. Thank you. So, Julie, I am going to come to you. So, if you drop out, don't worry, my girl. It's just the way it is. Don't worry. So, my beautiful Julie, you are coming on Monday, and we're going to do a 2-hour special for kids. Can you tell us what is your specialty and how you serving the world?
My specialty is presenting the My Time Within program, which basically is a mission of getting meditation taught in schools and helping women create this safe, confident, calm environment at home. So it's all about connecting children, and there are 3 core pieces that we'll go over. And it does start with connecting within, which starts with the breath work. And there's reasons why, we'll cover that, but there's reasons why we start with the breath. It is, of course, the first thing that we come into this world with, right? And the second core piece is what I call the switch. And I've talked about this before, but it is truly connecting and living in a state of gratitude, a constant state of gratitude. And then we've got our final piece, which is, well, I have some different terms for it, but it's essentially positive self-talk. It's connecting with the way that you speak to yourself in your head, because your inner world creates your outer world. Everything you do within will be reflected on the outside. And when you truly understand this and you truly start to cultivate, again, connecting the sense of belonging and love within to yourself and speaking to yourself in the way that you truly deserve to be spoken to with love and care and compassion, then you will radiate that out in the world and the world will reflect it back to you 10 times over.
That
Beautiful.
is so beautiful. And I love that you are doing it in schools, that you are encouraging our children to start within. I love that. So can I give this to you, my beautiful one?
Thank you.
Okay.
I lovingly accept it.
My beautiful Dino, can you tell us what you are doing and how you serving not only the Diamond Beauties but the world? Your expertise is called Soul Alignment Expert. You are our Soul Alignment Expert. So please go ahead.
Thank you, Sanet. So my expertise is really alignment. Alignment, we're always aligning to something, whether we align to our soul or whether we align to the ego. And it's to understand that I always like to explain it like this. We live in two different realities at the same time, two different vibrational realities at the same time. This is where you are now, and this is where you want to be. And over time, these two vibrational realities are actually timelines. They merge and they form. And the frequency that they merge to is the frequency where you spend the most time in. So if you have a beautiful vision and goals that you want to achieve, you got to live in this reality where they are. In other words, because in those different realities is really two different realities of thinking, feeling, and acting. And you have to, I love to what Abraham Hicks said once. He said, you have to be proactive. You have to fill your mind with the positiveness, with that self-talk. As Neville Goddard said, your self-talk actually determines your life. Because before you even think, you are talking to yourself. So you really have to consciously align with what it is that you want. It's not easy. It sounds simple, but it's not easy. But it is an absolutely beautifully practice that is very rewarding. And the other thing as well that helps with alignment is, of course, gratitude, as Julie says. Gratitude is the frequency of receiving. If we can be grateful for what we have and for what we want as well, as if we already have it, then we receive it. So that's where the alignment comes in, is to ignore the external reality, because that's an illusion. Everything outside of us is an illusion. You've got to turn within. You've got to live in that vibration. You've got to be there, pamper yourself with the best loving thoughts. Be your best parent, be your best friend. Cheer yourself, be your biggest cheerleader. That's all about alignment. And it's about using your willpower, not to create, not to force the hand of the universe, to control things, but to use your willpower to shift, to lift yourself up, to willingly go. And yes, I feel not very good today, but you know what? I've got a lot to be grateful for. And what can I do? Anything to lift my spirits. And I will be doing more videos again soon.
Thank you. Can I just tell you, Dino, when you explained the first time, this is the vibration and we are living here and you want to come here, that for the first time made so much sense to me. And I remember that, especially that video that you have done, There was a lot of ladies, and thank you for that, because it made sense to me that day as well. So thank you so much. And yes, please do that. And then also thank you for giving us the opportunity to be in your latest book compilation.
Oh,
I'm
yes.
so thankful you left me. So thank you so much for that. Julie is in the book. Myself is in the book, and I don't. Val, you didn't do this one. No, you didn't do this one. So
No, I don't think
me and
Julie is
Julie,
in there.
us.
Julie, you're not in the book. No.
Sorry, Julie. I thought you are also in the book. I don't know why I thought so.
Oh, I'm in the abundance one. I think the one that you guys, I didn't quite make the deadline, but I do plan to join the next one. So definitely keep me posted.
Well, okay.
Okay.
I thought you were
The next one is Miracles Are Normal.
Well, okay.
Of
I love
88.
that. Miracles are
Yeah.
normal. I love that. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. So, my beautiful Dina, may I give you, please, a hand clap, a
Thank you
standing
so much.
ovation?
I accept it. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for inspiring the group as well. We really loved everything that you put out there, because sometimes quantum healing and quantum energy is very difficult to really understand, but you made it so easy for us to understand. So thank you. You can actually, those videos you have done, just rerun it again. Rerun it again.
Just make
My
them again. Yes.
Yes, thank you. My beautiful Elena, as our courage expert, you and me met in December, and we have done a lot of I can never say that word, but together stuff, collaboration, there you are, collaboration, since in December when we met. But you know, my beautiful one, there were so many people that have given you the to say, "Shoo, you, Lena, you have so much courage. Wow, your courage is exponential." And when we had our coffee chat, we decided that you're going to be our courage expert. So thank you so much for helping others to see that anything is possible. And if they really want to pick up their courage, they can. You gave them actually permission to do that. Please tell us how you serving the world and how you making the Diamond Beauties full of courageous people, ladies. Thank you.
Thank you, Sanet. Such a beautiful introduction. I humbly accept it and feel absolutely honored and privileged to walk this path amongst all you beautiful women, the Diamond Beauties. Yes, courage is something I believe exists within each of us. It takes courage to take our first breath out of the womb, to choose to enter this beautiful earth and embark on our unique journeys. And many times throughout our lives, knowingly or unknowingly, we do small or big acts of courage. And it can be as simple as just saying no. That's a huge act of courage for some people. Like myself, I was always a people pleaser and found it really difficult to say no. So that takes courage. It could be something like asking for a raise from your boss, many things. So on my path, I've overcome a great deal, having to go through self-acceptance, self-love, and then the biggest one is forgiveness, not only towards myself, but to my perpetrator. So once you have overcome that and you forgive, the power of forgiveness is extreme in my experience, and it shifts worlds in ways you cannot imagine. If we talk about energy, you could say shift energy, or however you like it, or relationships especially. And it just opens your heart and your life and your energy into something truly magical. And beautiful people come into your life. And this is where I embarked on my soul calling to work with women. And it started first with single women who were divorced with children, having come to Cyprus and been left here by their partners, and working with them to build up their self-courage, to work on their self-love, to be able to follow their dreams, find ways to do that, and supporting them some on a monthly basis, some on a weekly basis, and mostly it was face-to-face at that time before COVID. And I've seen great results, and most of them I'm still very much in contact with. So we're talking about a 15-year relationship now. And that brings me such joy and humbleness, because I see the power of love and the power of forgiveness through courage. I've lived it, I've experienced it, and now I'm blessed to be able to share this with the world on this amazing platform, and encourage and inspire others to do the same, to find that courage within them. Because like Rumi, the spiritual philosopher, says, the wound is where the white light comes in. And that is truly something I've lived and experienced, and know that that brightness within you just shines so bright, like a lamp that attracts the moths, and beautiful people come into your life, beautiful opportunities and things you could never imagine, and unfolds in ways and opportunities that are sometimes big dreams you think would never happen or are out of your reach. So courage to me is something simple, but so much deeper than that. It's many layers, because you can have courage, for example, on a journey like mine with serious abuse of narcissism, domestic violence, and sexual abuse, or you can have something where it's been scarred by a teacher or a parent, that someone said to you in your younger years, or the courage to leave an unhealthy relationship or marriage, toxicity. So courage is important in this day and age, to be shared and inspired and be lived as an example to others. And through my book this year that was published as a co-author with 21 others, it really helped me to speak my truth and share that. And that is where Braveheart, my chapter, evolved in my personal brand. And I encourage many other beautiful hearts out there to step up and step into their brave hearts, so they can share that bravery in the world. Thank you.
That's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. Can I give you a standing ovation? Thank you. So, my beautiful Val, can you please tell us, I know you since May 2021. And the first time I heard you speak about the World War II prisoners of war and the examples and the life lessons, I was like, my mouth was like, I love history, but your knowledge that you have gathered for 35 years or 30 years it's 30. It's like amazing. So please, can you tell us, how are you serving the world? And especially, I know you're going to do something when you a little bit later on for the women regarding somebody's letter. But I just wanted to say, you have this incredible knowledge, and they bestow on you their stories so that we can learn from that. So may I give it all over to you? How are you serving the world and the Diamond Beauties, my beautiful girl?
Well, right now I'm really writing a book called The Thread, and it's going to be about the beginning of the war in 1939 in Poland. And you say that things happening to you called it gratitude, and I call it serendipity or divine intervention. And I'm not sure if there's a title that we need to put to that, but I have been having people come to me with stories that fill in pieces that I didn't understand and make it more important that the thread. So it's about the war, the history, and then the person, and then the lessons learned. And then so I'm going from 1939, and it will be. I've got a series of books actually, because I have so many I have 190 oral histories and the largest collection of Radio Tokyo letters. And so it's about how these people, when they talk to you, they share the most intimate feelings about what they experience. Some walk 600 to 400 miles eating bark and leaves and filthy water just to survive. And when you go to that place with them, you understand, wow, how spoiled we are. And I'm not trying to dismiss anything that happens to us, but certainly they show us in many, many ways how to be stronger and tougher, and maybe tougher isn't the word, but stronger and able to be resilient. I love to go into the schools and talk to students because kids are so pliable, and boys especially. But when you tell the personal story about a prisoner, the women become involved because it's something that they don't know, they don't understand, and they've only heard the history from dates and times instead of the difficulties that these people felt. And it's those difficulties that they either got past or that they didn't. And there's reasons to know about both, because you could be either side. It's a choice. It's one man was held, he almost died 5 times. And he got to Tokyo after an incredible experience. He was on a hell ship for months, well, not months, probably weeks, but hell ships, they became cannibals of each other because it was just that difficult. And he got to Tokyo and he realized the city was devastated. And he decided at that moment he would unconditionally forgive. And he walked away from Tokyo, or flew away, I guess, and never had any mental health issues, never night terrors, none of that stuff. And so being, and war to me is also an interesting subject, because I can't get along with my brother. Okay, is that not war? How do we solve that? How do we resolve that? I want to talk about it, and I am talking about it in my manuscript, because we don't want to talk about it. Why should we? But it's a really profitable business. It's a way to, take care of the overpopulation. It's all kinds of things. And there are so many pieces that have to do with this. And I'm old enough now that I want the next generation to start thinking about it, because the United States right now is in 85 countries. I don't know about your countries, and, but for me, that's very sad. But I don't know if it's needed. I don't know. I don't understand. I want to know and be able to share that information so that we can all have a good voice in saying we need to change. And I believe women have the most important piece, because I think we're able to make change. And we've been quiet for a long time, but there are just things happening in the world. I don't know, the U.S., I'm kind of excited. I'm not trying to be political in any way, but, a woman is really standing tall and representing all of us. And I so appreciate that. And I want to be a woman that does that as well. But I want to go a little bit step further and push into that, that bad space that nobody wants to talk about, but that resolving some things, even if we have to help these people heal themselves, because we don't need damaged people. We need people that are well and healthy and loving and can be their maximum person. I mean, who wants to live their worst life? I want to live my best life. And so that's really why this history is so important to me, because, I didn't get much at home, but these men truly gave me life skills, and they didn't even know it. I would walk away and I'd go, wow, there's another one. And I'm writing about several of them at a time. And it's so remarkable. I love what I'm doing.
That is incredible. May I give you a standing ovation? Wow. And you were telling me about the letter. Can you tell me about the letter that you talked about, this letter to this amazing woman?
A woman in my community listened on shortwave radio during World War II, and the Japanese would allow American POWs and Commonwealth prisoners to give their name, rank, brief message, and contact information for their family. So she wrote thousands of postcards. And this letter is from a woman. Oh, I wish I would have got it out. And she talks to this woman who wrote and sent her the message. This woman had not heard from her husband. This is like in 1943, and her husband had been captured in 42. She had no idea if he was dead or alive. And she then got a message from him. And she says, my grateful little family. And she thanks her, and she says, I wish I could put into words all my feelings, but I can't. And I hope that you understand, and maybe someday can send me another message. And I have 327 letters from POWs, families that are just impeccable. They're just so incredible. And I have probably thousands of messages. I mean, it's just an incredible archive. And what do I do with it? I need to get younger instead of getting a year older soon. So, but I wish I could share that letter with you. It's just, it would take some time, and it's not appropriate at this.
Yeah. And I didn't ask before the time, but I just thought that was an amazing story. So my beautiful ladies, thank you so much for everything that you are doing, not only for the world, but to the Diamond Beauty group as well. Thank you for being in my life, and thank you for helping me making the world a better place. So 3 weeks ago, I brought out my paparazzi pen. It's just a pen, but it takes a photo. Not really takes, it's just so. And now even the host on E360 asked me, sending me emails, where did you get a pen? There's a whole reaction from the viewers from E360. So what I did, I'm going to ask you your golden nugget, and then I'm going to say paparazzi, and then you can do a post. And then at the end, you can ask me, what is my golden nugget? Because I also want some paparazzi. So are you ready to go, Val? Val, what is your
Certainly.
golden nugget?
Well, I think serendipity right now is being open to your world and being open. And I think it is in gratitude, and it is all these other things. But when you do, the most incredible things happen. I just have to tell you a quick story. I was in this Zoom room with someone, and he told his story and I told my story. And he said, I was saved by Nicholas Winton, or my father was saved by Nicholas Winton. And he was a British man who saved 79 children. And so in 1988, his wife found this notebook. They go to this theater, and there's this whole audience, and it's full. And he and his wife were sitting down there, and the woman on the stage says, for those of you who are here because of Nicholas Winton, will you please stand? And the entire audience stands. And so this man, now I have to learn about that, because it's important. It's important that someone cared enough to take care of these children. It's important that they had children. It's important. The whole thing is important. And so that is kind of my golden nugget for the day, with tears in my eyes.
Wow. Are you ready for paparazzi?
I am.
Thank you. That was a beautiful story. Thank you, my beautiful Val. My beautiful Elena. What is your golden nugget?
My golden nugget is break the silence, break the violence, break the chains that bind you so you can break free and reinvent your life, living the best life ever. It's possible. It can be done. I've done it, and so can you.
That's so beautiful. Are you ready for paparazzi?
I am.
Thank you. My
you.
beautiful
Thank you.
Gina. What is your golden nugget?
My golden nugget is that we really need to take care of ourselves so that we can take care of others. We need to love ourselves, to belong to ourselves, and really another golden nugget is the Diamond Beauties group. It's just the most wonderful energy that is there. So yes, that is my golden nugget. The group and alignment with your best self.
I love that. Are you ready for paparazzi? Ooh, beautiful. Thank you so much, my beautiful Gina. My beautiful Michelle. What is your golden nugget?
So my golden nugget is to be vulnerable, to be fearless, to be brave, to step out of your comfort zone, to take charge of your now, to live and expand your boundaries. And yes, paparazzi.
I love it. I love it. So ask me, ladies.
What is your golden nugget?
Oh, thank you for asking, my beautiful Michelle. My golden nugget is, if your why is big enough, you can do anything. You can do everything. So, paparazzi. Wow. My beautiful ladies.
Beautiful.
Thank you. My beautiful ladies, I would love to ask, will you have a dance with me? Thank you. My beautiful viewers on E360. Before we're going to ask you for a dance, Julie is here, and let me quickly hear what is her golden nugget. Julie, what is your golden nugget?
Thank you so much. My golden nugget is this. When we take a time within, everyone wins. It's about breathing, connecting, gratitude, and remembering we always have a choice in how we choose to think. And when you change and choose a better thought, you will feel better. And then you will take better actions.
Beautiful. Are you ready for paparazzi? Wow. So we are going to dance. You are going to dance in the car. My beautiful viewers on E360, will you have a dance with us? They said yes. They said yes. Here we go. Woohoo, Michelle! Wow, Liliana, Judy, Dina, woohoo!
Walking in sunshine or dancing in the rain. Sprinkle me with fairy dust so I can fly away. Smiling at a moonbeam or squinting in the sun. Sprinkle me with fairy dust and cover me with love.
Oh, ladies, you are so beautiful.
From butterflies